Hello everybody, welcome to Ireland then. Shamrock Rovers host Shanghai Port in the Westie TV Champions League. The group stage qualifiers continue in Group D. Well, this is exciting, very exciting. Two teams who have really shone in their domestic divisions now face each other in the qualifying stages for one of the biggest tournaments of the season. Well, Shanghai Port have had an interesting run. Was qualifying as one of the best Chinese teams in the Chinese Super League. And Shamrock Rovers, of course, title winners last season. McGinty starts in goal for Shamrock Rovers. O'Sullivan, Lopez and Sobowale. Healy starts in central defensive midfield. Grant, Byrne, Burke and Noonan starts up front. Keep an eye for Noonan tonight. Grant, Ozianuvuna, Mulroney and Grant, Asamo, McGovern and Watts on the bench as well tonight. I'll tell you what, I can't pronounce that one. I'm not sure Shanghai Port's names are going to be too much of a challenge for me. Maybe. Anyways, Shanghai Port then line up with a 4-2-3-1. Leonardo starts up front for Shanghai Port, and well, there's not many names that you might recognise. Vital Gabriel Zinho, I think, is the coolest name on that list. Might name my son that one day. Not how Kristen might approve that one, but we'll see. Anyways, excitement. 90 minutes of football await us. And well, there are some stars which, hopefully, will come to shine here tonight. Shamrock Rovers get us underway then for a first half that could really set the tone. Shanghai Port coming as favourites into this one. Looking to join Apoel at the top of this group. Cape Verde, of course, lost last night to Apoel at home. And now it does put more pressure on one of these two to do well. Of course, it comes down to head-to-head in this tournament. You have to remember that. Mulroney is Healy on the ball. Noonan. Ozianvuna. Hey, I think I got it right. There's going to be some Shamrock Rovers fan in the comments saying I got it wrong. Here's Ozianvuna again. Brought in by Noonan, and it's Yan Yunling who has to tip it wide. There'll be a corner for Shamrock Rovers. The ball came in, and it came in quickly for Noonan. Noonan, a highly rated Irish forward, and brought in Yang Tian, and it's cleared away and hacked clear. 18 years of age, I think he's actually won the Football Manager. There's something on Football Manager where you can sign Michael Noonan. He's quite a good striker, apparently. At least that's what Cladder said to me a few months ago. Yang Wung Tai into Ming Qian. Liu Rufan. Here's Leonardo, that centre forward that everyone's been raving about to score a few. Ming Qian into Mateus Vital. Brilliant ball to the right hand side, finding Liu Rufian, and now it's Leonardo. Cuts it down, but it was a great little piece of play. It's clever, very, very clever. Headed up and clear, and Noonan with the hand, so it doesn't quite work out there. It's anyone's guess. Remember, the draw was open, so these four teams have been drawn at random. So fate has almost put them together in this group. Ooh, that's a late challenge on the defender there. That's probably going to go in the book in a moment, but the referee's letting him play on. Here's Gabriel Zinho. Mateus Vital. Halleck into... chip to McGinty with a good stop this time. Good work from the Irish keeper. Jan Vuna. We're getting better. Getting better. O'Sullivan. Here's Burke. Laid onto Noonan. Halleck onto Ming Tian. Shanghai Port enjoying the pressure for the moment. Vizen onto Roberto Lopez, and now Jan Vuna Byrne now playing onto Mulroney. Well, a lot of space down this right hand side. I think he's about to go in the book anyways. His referee hasn't forgotten. Or has he? I think he might have done. Here's Noonan. Byrne on the ball. Now Healy. Healy laid across to Burke. Whoa. Yan Yunling forced into another save. Shamrock looking deadly. Well, will there be a lucky 4-leaf clover on that kit? Ball delivered in by Byrne. Great cross, actually. Mateus Vital and Leo Rufian. Brought on again. Well, the deep dive came for FC27 the other day, and I'm glad to say we might actually see some goals and corners next year by the looks of it, and maybe some more long shots as well. Good to see that back again in the game. Halleck into Xiuan. Vital. Halleck once more. Xiuan wide out to Rufan again. Coming out of time now. The referee thinks they're taking too long, and she does. Well then, you must say that Shamrock Rovers have really shown themselves as the home side in this first half. Noonan went closest, and so did Burke too. And the referee happy with that first half, and I think so are the players too. It's anyone's game. Shamrock Rovers 0, Shanghai Port 0 at the break. Welcome back, everybody. Second half underway then. Shanghai Port and Shamrock Rovers level at the break, and level at the break yesterday, well, a bit earlier today, remember, with Cape Verde and Apoel. Might there be more surprises in store for us in this second half. Oh, that's another late challenge. I think that's Burke this time again. Mulroney the first time. Gabriel Zinho. Ronaldinho, but Gabriel. Penalties go over the bar. Yang Xiuan. Mulroney into Byrne. Here's Noonan. Wide out to Mulroney. Played forward onto Michael Noonan again. Noonan's onside. Played across. Looking for Burke. Shamrock's lucky charm. And it's Burke who puts Shamrock Rovers in the lead. Well, they've been on it all game long so far. Broke down Shanghai Port for the third time, and they got it lucky this time. Burke just heads home, or nods it home into an empty net. And the keeper can't do anything about that, but, well, fantastic work as well from Michael Noonan and Mulroney down that right hand side. That was excellent play. With 35 minutes to go now, are we going to see a bit more of a interesting couple of days? Or half an hour. It's late at night again, forgive me. Ming Tian into Louis Raw-Fan, and brilliant play that is. Here's Vital, laid across for Gabriel Zinho. Oh! McGinty, super save, and that might have denied Gabriel Zinho one of the best goals of the tournament. Headed in, and Leonardo wide of the mark. Ooh. Anyway, here comes the subs. Sobowale and Cleary swapping sides. As Cleary comes on for Shamrock, and now less than half an hour to play. Here's O'Sullivan. Poor ball. No one in Shamrock really picked up there. Here's Halleck. Laid right over. Here's Rufan. Knocked into the box, looking for Leonardo. McGinty with a good stop this time. Noonan. Byrne. Ozian Vuna. Laid off to Grant. Ozian Vuna once more. Byrne. Grant. Healy. Grant to the left again. Shamrock looking threatening once more. Burke now back onto Ozian Vuna. Michael Noonan keeps the ball. Just. I'll tell you what, Healy has really held the fort down tonight in defensive midfield. You know, that misplaced pass there, but he's done excellently. Oh, here comes Shanghai Port. Halleck knocking it in. McGinty gets there first, and calls and shouts for a penalty from the Chinese support, but it was not quite to be. Referee says no. I think her opinion wasn't going to be swayed by the cries of the Shanghai Port support. Halleck into Vital, into Rufan again. Laid forward onto Leonardo, who's broken the lines. Leonardo, good save, McGinty. What a stop that is. And subs, Watts coming on for Ozian Vuna. And Shanghai Port also making a save, bringing on Roulet. Matthias Vital knocking the ball in. Leonardo! Striked O'Sullivan. Did it hit a hand? I'm not sure. I think we'd know by now if it did. O'Sullivan forced back into Noonan. Shamrock a bit scrambled. Vital. And Grant picks up the ball, and that's going to be a free kick out to... And they might as well hold this up. Shanghai Port with a last-minute free kick. Can they do anything with it? Gabriel Zinho. Li Shuai and Roberto Lopez and Watts get it clear. O'Sullivan. Mulroney. Michael Noonan running quick as well. Watts. Byrne. Laid on to Grant. Grant! Good save by Yang Yunling. Into the 3 minutes added time now, and another Shamrock sub. Grant on for Asamoah. Shamrock really making excellent changes to the underdog tonight. Played in, Ming Tian clears. Now Shamrock hold on to the ball. Healy does that excellently. Asamoah first touching the ball and it goes out of play. I don't think they'll care though. Shamrock are going to have a famous win. A very famous win indeed. Shamrock Rovers then storm to victory against Shanghai Port. And maybe their Champions League dream is on for a shout. Cape Verde and Apoel up next. Will Shamrock Rovers go on and do the impossible? Fantastic night it's been here. Full time, Shamrock Rovers 1, Shanghai Port 0.